afternoon and welcome to today's edition of The Buzz. Today is Tuesday, is the 28th of May 2024. Welcome to the show. My name is Patience. It's a pleasure to be here as always. Okay, yesterday on the program, we discussed the issue going on in Kano State over the Emirates, and that drama has still not ended. All right, so today we hear that the court now has now officially ordered the eviction of the former Emir Ado Bayero, right? And he has been evicted from the palace. So it's still an ongoing part or so. I don't know. But then we urge those who can do something to quell all the unrest in Kano at this point in time to step in and do what needs to be done. Having said that, while that of the Emirates is going on, another video sort of came out from Kano yesterday. Of course, you know that yesterday was the commemoration of the Children's Day, and it's not just a Nigerian thing, it's the International Children's Day. So, but in Nigeria, Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf decided to empower the children in Kano State by giving them 20,000 naira each to start up businesses. This has garnered so much comments on social media. We'll get to that in a bit. First, let me introduce my guests on the program this afternoon. I have the elder himself at the table, Mazi Chinedu. You can take out your earpiece. I know you're hearing two voices, it's fine. All right, so I have Mazi Chinedu Mobioha, who's joining us this afternoon. He's a retired banker. He's also a chartered administrator, and he is a public affairs analyst. Good afternoon to you, Mazi.
Yeah, good afternoon, Madam P. Yeah, I was laughing when you said somebody was giving somebody 20,000 for empowerment. So I said, let me smile. Was I laughing or I was smiling? Good afternoon, our viewers. It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Mazi, and it's always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
And I have another analyst who is joining us virtually. He is the Executive Director of Cliff Foundation. He's also a businessman and a public affairs analyst and a person of Prince Francis Chilaka, who is joining us all the way from Festac. Good afternoon to you, Prince Chilaka. Can you hear me? I'm fine. How are you too, sir?
I'm doing well, Mazi.
Good afternoon. I can see you very clearly.
Yes, good afternoon. I hear you very clearly as well.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right, viewers, you're welcome to today's show. Don't forget you can actually interact with us via SMS using the number that will be on the screen shortly. You can also watch this show on the go. Just download the Galaxy Television app and you can watch us on your mobile devices. Don't forget, we are live on X, that's formerly Twitter, and you can also watch us on Star Times. Having said that, let's quickly begin by reacting to this video. So, in commemoration of yesterday's Children's Day, the governor of Kano State, Abba Yusuf, decided to empower the children in that state, and he gave them 20,000 naira each for the children to start up businesses. All right, so like I said, since this video made its way online yesterday, a lot of reactions have continued to throw this video, and that's how we're starting this afternoon. So quickly, let's take a quick 1 minute and go see the video, and then we'll come back to the studio for reactions. All right, welcome back. So that was Abba Yusuf, the governor of Kano State, empowering 500 children in the state with startup capital of 20,000 naira each. All right, Mazi, what's your take on this?
I thank you very much. I thought you would have started with my friend there because I saw him laughing. But anyway, let me just say something. At times, our leaders should be, I don't know from where they are coming from. It's laughable. That action is laughable. These are children, secondary and primary school, and you are giving them 20,000 naira each. What do you intend? What do you expect them to do with 20,000? Is it to abandon their studies to go for hawking or what? Instead of you to give them, to enable them to buy textbooks or pay school fees, you are giving them empowerment. Are you empowering those in primary school to do what? Children? You see, it's a way of Safoni this morning we are talking about. Mr. Governor, I think you started very badly. Instead of you to encourage the students to face their studies squarely, read their books, and buy some textbooks for them. Those in public school, you encourage the teachers. Those in private school, you help them pay their school fees. But most importantly, you have to encourage these children to read their books, not empowering them. You see, just like you are praying, a child of 20, 15, 16, praying for God to give me a car. What is he going to do with a car? So you are giving them 20,000. I'm sure, maybe you know why you give them 20, not for empowerment, because maybe it's for pocket money.
Thank you, Mazi. All right, let me have your quick reactions as well, please. Chilaka, 20,000 naira empowerment for 500 children in Kano State by the state governor. What's your take on that?
Well, this simply shows ineptitude in leadership in Nigeria. It shows how callous
Hello?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Can you hear me?
Please. Clearly.
Yeah, well,
We can hear you, but you seem to... Okay.
where you can't even buy anything with 20,000 naira. Now you're giving them 20,000 naira. You're calling it a startup money. You forget that these people need money to survive. That 20,000 naira will just be used to eat for one day, and it ends there. Our leaders need to start thinking as if there is no box. What we need is not somebody who gives us money out. What we need is a leader that has common sense and has vision and mission statement. Most of those we have as leaders do not have anything in their head. What we did have caused the demand to use that money and set up a cottage industry to create employment so that the ones that are employed can also create more employment. It's really sad and unfortunate. Honestly, this is shameful.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, it's shameful indeed, because ordinarily I had expected the governor to say, okay, in each school, I'm going to build a clinic there. In each school, I'm going to give a borehole. In each school, I'm going to ensure that teachers are being properly taken care of. You are giving a child of between 9 years and 17 years 20,000 naira for empowerment. What do you expect them to do? Instead of you to say, I am dashing them, dashing the parents through them, because certainly these children, are you encouraging them to spend money while they're in primary school? While myself, I make sure that my granddaughter or my grandchildren don't have access to money so that they will concentrate in this. I don't even allow my grandchildren in secondary school to buy phone. So you are giving them this money. They will go and buy phone and they will now use it to browse, and they go to the extent that it's not expected of them instead of them to concentrate. Honestly speaking, this is the height of insensitivity of the leadership.
All right, the comments on social media are not far off from those expressed by my analysts. All right, a lot of people are calling out the Kano State Governor over this gesture. 20,000 naira for 500 children in Kano State to start up mini businesses. Now the question is, who are these children? Are they children who are already in school, or are they children who are out of school? Because then that will mean a lot of things. If you're giving children in school money to start up businesses, are you trying to say they should ditch school and start businesses? Or are you trying to say they should run a business, simultaneously with their studies? Whichever way you look at it, I think the issue here is the fact that we're talking about children. At this point in time, most of the decisions in their lives are made for them, either by their parents or their guardians or even the government. Why are you not encouraging or doing things that will make these children focus on education instead of giving them money to start up mini businesses? Why don't you do things
and
about
patience.
education in your
Patience.
state and make sure it's accessible to more of the children who are already on the street, out of school? Nigeria has well over 12 million children who are out of school at the moment. Why are we not addressing that? Also, you have millions of children because they are on the streets, they are exposed, they are easily accessible. They go through a lot of abuse, sexual abuse, you know, from the society because nobody cares, nobody caters for them. Why are we not addressing this issue? Why should you be thinking about a child and the next thing you're thinking about is business? It just doesn't make sense. I'm listening to you, Ms. Chilaka.
Yeah, patient. You see, this is the problem we've had with leadership in this country is we have people, once they get into power, they forget their early beginnings. They forget where they're coming from. And then they begin to act as if they're not part of Nigeria. We all know what the problem of Nigeria is. We know that the problem of Nigeria is poverty. And, unfortunately, the kind of poverty we have in Nigeria is government-induced poverty. So the government has lost every sense of reasoning. The government no longer knows what to do to alleviate the impoverished children in the society. What stops you from, like Mazi said, equipping their libraries, equipping their schools? What stops you? How many schools in Kano do you really find? How many schools do you find that has proper school and class environments? How many of them? Honestly, our leaders are disappointing us. They are taking the Nigerian people for granted. And it is time the Nigerian people begin to realize that sovereignty belongs to them. We need to stop all these shenanigans. We need to call the rubbish of government. We need to tell our leaders the truth. They are there to serve us and not we to serve them. So this thing he has done is complete bullshit, honestly speaking.
Thank you, Prince Chilaka. All right, what happened to scholarships, though?
Yeah, you see, he has raised some issue. Why not equip the libraries there? Why not call the teachers and ask them what actually do they need to make sure that, and the Kano has the highest rate of out-of-school children, including not doing well in their education, either JAM or school site. Why not ensure that the schools are properly equipped? And there's a school of thought that is saying that it's possible by extension, this one is meant for their parents. But that's not the issue. The issue is that the governor said that he is giving 20,000 naira to these children to start up business, which means you are expecting them to have divided attention, which means after, I know Kano very well. I was in Kano 1980 to 1983. I know what happens there. So instead of you to encourage them to make sure that no child is dropped out of school, because when you now begin to empower a child in primary school, secondary school, to have the taste of money, and then how do you think that he will concentrate in their education? So the issue is that the governor, like I said, you didn't do well. So go back to your drawing board. I don't know. It's going to be difficult for you to retrieve that money, but then the salary is, the next salary is on the way. Maybe use it to help them. Honestly speaking, nobody will clap hand for you, governor. Nobody will clap hand for you because you have not done the right thing. The foundation is wrong. By telling you are now encouraging them, look, after school, you can go and do whatever you like. You can be found on the street hawking and things like that. So when they begin to have taste of money, so that's a. I mean, it's unfortunate. Why Lagos State is fighting to ensure that no child is found on the street during school hours. Even encourage parents, please, after school hours, enroll them in other extension classes. But you are not encouraging them immediately after school, maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Thank you, Mazi. It is a lot. All right, like I said, the comments on social media are not very nice on this particular gesture. I mean, do the math yourself. 500 children, 20,000 naira each, that's 10 million naira, okay? It could have been put to better use, maybe buying books in libraries, you know, or just doing things to ensure the children have better days in school. Just saying.